Okay, so folks, it is my great pleasure to actually welcome four amazing governors in our podcast, Governing to Greatness, no pressure. So who am I going to start with after just telling us who they are? Neville, you are being too happy, so I'm going to start off with you then. Neville, over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, Neville Williams. My day job, I'm a trading standards officer in London, dealing with weights and measures, counterfeit cars, even getting involved in the COVID pandemic, trying to make sure that the shops are obeying those rules. So you can imagine the past year and a bit, it's been quite hectic. I've had two previous children go to the college, and my last child is currently at the college. And my wife previously was a governor at our children's primary school, and it just made sense that being the last child, it's my turn. So, and clearly it's in as a parent, it's in my interest, our interest to be involved in how our children are being educated and have an input into that. It's rewarding. I'm glad I'm doing it. The school, the governors, the teachers are doing a difficult job, and made more difficult by COVID. And it's good to be this side to see how hard the schools is working. So you get a different appreciation of how hard it is to run a school, to run a college. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
And Neville, you mentioned about your children coming here. So obviously it's in your interest to determine the educational character of this college, after the fancy words in terms of governing. But what are your aspirations for this college? Because we're on this journey to greatness. But as a governor, what are your personal professional aspirations for Luton Sixth Form College?
Well, I mean, the normal response to that would for the school to reach its maximum potential. Whatever that may be, obviously we want the college to be, greatness, and hopefully it will get there. COVID is not helping, but we just want the college to give the best to children from any background, any social, economic background, to give every child the best it can. And from what I've seen in a short time I've been a governor, the college is trying its best to do that. So if I can, in my little way, help the college get to that point where it's giving the maximum it can, then that's a success.
Neville, you're doing it in a little way and in a very big way as well. So we're very grateful. I'll come back to you in a few moments. So Rachel Hopkins, I'm sure lots of people know who you are, but just in case they've been living under a rock for the last 10 years, just tell them who you are.
Hi, Altaf. I'm Rachel Hopkins. I'm a Member of Parliament for Luton South, but that was only since 2019. Before that, I was a local councillor in Luton. But the most important thing is I'm a former Luton Sixth Form College student.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very proud to say that. And that's partly why I love being a governor as well. I joined about 6 years ago now, I think, maybe 7.
Yeah.
And it was to sort of give back, because I got so much out of going to Sixth Form College when I was a young person. And it's not just about getting your A levels or getting your BTEC and moving on. It's about developing as a young person, and all the extra, enrichment activities, the different people you meet. That was such a transformational, time for me. That's the other reason why I want our college to be as brilliant as can be, so that all young people can develop to the best of their potential, because greatness will be different for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing as well. Our college is very inclusive, and I'm really proud of that. And I think that greatness journey will be diverse and different for everybody. But as Neville said, it's about an opportunity for every young person, every child who comes to college to absolutely maximise their potential and go on to whatever is the next best thing that they're going to do.
Yep, summed it up beautifully. I'm going to embarrass you now, but I keep on banging on about the future Prime Minister of this great country coming from Luton Sixth Form College. You do realise, I think my dream is one step closer. You've been very humble, but do you want to share some news that was announced over the weekend then?
Well, I got a bit of a promotion at work. These things happen. So I'm absolutely delighted that I'm a shadow minister now for the Labour Party, shadowing the Cabinet Office, which is, a lot of people go, well, what does that do? And I go, oh, it's all about the civil servants. And actually, that was my career background. And, you know, what I'm really pleased about is there's so many more people in Parliament with real life experience that's like, you know, had pretty straightforward careers, and I want to use that experience as an MP representing Luton South. So not sure I'm quite prime ministerial yet, but you know, you never know, Altaf, you never know.
It's only impossible until it's done, Rachel. We had that conversation yesterday, but we'll come back to it. We may do another podcast all about you. I'm just warning you now. Okay, so Hannan, I've been told you have the perfect face for radio. So Hannan, this is your moment now. I just keep on forgetting after you're my boss. I do apologise. Hannan, over to you, sir. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then your aspirations for the college.
Thank you, Altaf, for such a lovely introduction.
P45 coming my way soon.
So yeah, Hannan, born and raised Lutonian, went to Chorney High School for Boys, studied at Luton Sixth Form College. I went on to study business, and I've sort of been involved in small business development over the last in the last 10 years or so. I've been involved in a lot of volunteering, community development, a bit of international development, and right now I work in philanthropy and grant making at Bedfordshire and Luton Community Foundation. So I'm a grants and programs manager there. So I work very closely with some of the other local grassroots organisations, some of the charities, and just those that are delivering work on the front line. So that's my day job, and then I wear some other hats, volunteering whilst I'm mentoring, supporting groups with grant applications, that sort of stuff. But like Rachel said, the best part of it is being a governor at Luton Sixth Form College. I think why I joined, it was a way of me giving back 10 years on from when I studied at the college. It was also a journey that I'd been on in terms of the mindset and growth, and then some of the young people that I was speaking to and dealing with as a mentor. To me, it was like the most good that I can do will probably be through perhaps in a governance role. And I'd realised, well, there's this movement called the Young Trustees movement, which advocates for those under 30s to get on to governing boards. And that hit quite home. And since then, I've been involved in the conversation. And I thought, well, you know, if there's one place that I'll probably be able to have the most impact on the lives of young people, it'll be through the college, because you have, as you well know, well over 3,000 students on site. Aspirations, I'd say, I always picture sixth form. When I think about sixth form, I think of it like, if you had to think about Silicon Valley and that round HQ, I think it's Apple, or I'm not sure who, but I look at sixth form like a campus, a place where young people go and have, whether it's a place for them to excel or whether it's a place for them to step out of their family lives or step out of their social lives, but they come to sixth form and they become sixth form. So my aspirations for it is, at the moment, Luton is, if you look at it as an organism, Luton is the heart, and you know, the students are the brain. I'd like to see sixth form continue to be connected to all elements of society, the society that we live in, and then continue to throw out leaders, like you said, and one day perhaps a prime minister.
Yeah. Thank you, Hannan. I think, but you're right. I keep on going about the Prime Minister, but there's so many leaders that we produced over the last 55 years. You know, the doctors, the engineers, the creative designers. You know, I say this a lot of time, that a lot of the Lutonians that we see in leadership positions will probably have walked through our doors, and that is something that we, as a community, and you should be very, very proud of. And I think more of that over the next 50 years as we keep going. So thank you, Hannan. Bina, last but obviously not least at all, you've got a very impressive CV, as of the other three I've been speaking to. So HR consultant, there seems to be a lot of consultants in the room at the moment. They tend to be expensive half the time. I'm sure you are not, Bina. But over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Bina, and also why you chose to be a governor with us and your aspirations for the college.
Well, good morning. How do I follow all that? You know. Well, I'm Bina Briggs, and although I wasn't born here, I count myself as a Lutonian, because by next year, October 2022, I would have been here for 50 years. I came to this country as a refugee from Uganda, Idi Amin, 1972, 7th of October, landed and came to Luton. And it was one of these kind of really gloomy, horrible days, but hey, that was history. But from there, I worked for Courtline. Somebody might remember the name at Luton Airport, and then joined the post office, BT, telephone exchange, computer operations, when we used to have those big, massive computer halls, and you see those reels, in those ancient kind of films. I've done all that. I've also done number please on the telephone exchange in Luton, right out there, down a Dunstable Place and all that kind of stuff. And then I joined London Luton Airport as head of HR, and I was there for quite a number of years, and basically have seen Luton grow from a small kind of town to what it is now. And I think we definitely need a city status, because I think we are. The reason why I love Luton and I feel like it's home, as soon as I get to Junction 10, just see Junction 10 on M1, I feel I'm at home, no matter where I am in the world. But once I get to Luton, that's it. The reason being that it is a multicultural hotpot, but it works. It works in every way. And if you think about the history of Luton, the history of UK, is made of people who've actually come here from different backgrounds, and basically, if you think about the refugees or workers or the Irish and the Polish and the Afro-Caribbeans and the Indians and Bangladeshis and the Eastern Europeans and the Indians and, you just name it. We've got the whole multitude of that. And sixth form college to me is a beacon, just shining there. I've been connected to it since my days at London Luton Airport as head of HR. One of these things where the college said, we do need to actually connect with, the airport, and the message goes to the MD, and then they look around and they think, who can we send to this college? They want somebody. And guess what? They go, oh, Bina, you, HR, wonderful, go. And you think, right, okay, whatever. But the thing is, that was like day one. But from there on, it's been a fantastic journey for me with the young ones. And I've seen a number of changes at the college, from the old building to what it is now. I've seen it all. But also, I feel so part of it. And I've mentored a lot of students, all different kinds. And for me, the reason why I feel so part of it, and really honored and privileged that I'm still there, and people want to talk to me, people want to listen to me, people want to engage with me, it's because each of those young students are unique, like everybody else. The only reason why a lot of them perhaps don't have the chance is that we haven't actually connected with them. Every single one, when you connect with them, they're unique. They have potential, they have aspirations, and they also are people who are making history for themselves. They just need a little bit of encouragement. And for me, Luton Sixth Form College does all that and much more. So that's why I'm here.
Brilliant summary there. And you're a HR professional, and then Rachel, that's your background as well. So I mentioned at the beginning about us having a very diverse governing body. I think that's really important in terms of actually making those big decisions. Why is having a diverse governing body, a diverse board, a diverse leadership important, do you think? Rachel, do you want to chip in? And Bina, you can come in, then Hannan and Neville can chip in. Why is that so important?
Well, basically, diverse teams are strong teams. That's the thing. So I ended up in HR, but my background was across a whole bunch of civil service departments. I've done project management, policy work, casework, you name it. I've one of those portfolio careers. But the biggest thing I've learned, and I can see Bina nodding, is diverse teams bring different ideas and different thoughts, and challenges as well. You know, sometimes we all see things from a different perspective, and actually having those, you know, maybe different points of view about something, or just checking out, hold on, what do you mean by that, means that the decisions we make as governors are always strong decisions to show our part as you know, that oversight and strategic look for the college. And I think it's fantastic we've got such a diverse board, and I was really pleased about what Hannan was saying about bringing on more younger people. You know, I'm very conscious, I've got a few decades behind me, you know, but it's really good, and that more young people come in and actually help shape the future of sixth form as well. Okay,
Bina, you were nodding there. Would you anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I agree everything that Rachel said, and Hannan and Neville. I mean, the thing is, we are sitting in a multicultural society here in Luton more than ever, and so why shouldn't the board reflect that? You know, the trustees and the governors and, you know, the population who's studying at Luton Sixth Form College, again, reflects the society we're sitting in. So I think, yeah, and of course, diversity is the key word, because you don't want clones. You know, it just dilutes everything. When you've got different people, different backgrounds, and different intelligence and different kind of interests, that all actually pulls together and keeps bringing, you know, the organization forward. You know, it's simple.
And Neville, just bringing you in, because one of the things that we don't have a problem with compared to other places is people want to join our governing body. We're a waiting list, but if people listen to this and they wanted to actually join us, why do you think, what are some of the reasons for why do you think it'd be a good idea for them to make an application to our governing body, Neville? Any thought?
I think that the main thing for me is if you want in the future, if you want to have HR professionals, if you want people to work in the third sector, if you want people to be MPs, doctors, trained standards officers, you know, work in the sixth form college, then you need to have people who, in an ideal world, go on to higher education or apprenticeships or whatever further educational career guidance is available to them. And to do that, you need to provide places like Luton Sixth Form College. And if you want those children to have those various careers, then you need to help guide those children. And if you guide those children by being a teacher, or you guide those children by being a governor, then you're making you're assisting children to be the best that they can be. So we all can't be teachers. We all can't be MPs or HR professionals or third sector workers or trained standards officers, but we can help in being in my case, a parent governor or a governor, to assist children to be the best they can be, and to assist the college to help the children be the best they can be. So if you want to help, if you want people to do various jobs in the future, then help Luton Sixth Form College help the children be the best they can be.
Yeah, because everyone has got some potential. It's just a matter of us finding it, Neville, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself. And then I'll leave the last word to on this chat, the second youngest person on this chat. No, I'm joking. It's Hannan. You are the youngest person here, but you have a huge amount of wisdom and experience. Any final words from you, Hannan?
Yeah, I think if there's any young person out there, I mean, just take a look at the Student Council, for example. Sixth Form Sixth Form enables some of these young people to get involved in these opportunities. So I'd say take it up. And I've had an amazing experience ever since I've joined here. You know, the likes of Cully, Altaf, you guys, the SLT, everyone's been so supportive. Whenever I've found you know, like you say, there's no stupid question until there is one, but there is no stupid question. So I've felt really comfortable to be able to say, oh, Altaf, I don't understand this, or you know, Mary, I don't understand this, or just reach out to colleagues and say, you know, what are we talking about here? I think that atmosphere of learning and inclusiveness is here at Luton Sixth Form College and on the board. So, you know, governing to greatness is to me is sustainability, and I think like you said, the more young people that are involved, the more you express your views to the student council and things like that, the better we can then do for those that might be listening.
And thank you. And then just to conclude, folks, if I can just say to all of you four, but also to the entire governing body on our behalf and the executive team's behalf, people have asked, how on earth did the team get through COVID? We got through COVID because of the values and integrity instilled by you, really. There aren't any egos on our governing bodies, and that's a real pleasure. We just want to be the best on behalf of the young people and the community of Luton. You are givers. You know, there's integrity. You do the right thing even when no one's watching, and that is really recognised by all of my staff and by the community. So I just want to say thank you back to you. You know, you've made my life so much easier with your wisdom, but also your values as well. So thank you for your time today, and enjoy the rest of the day. Take care, Neville.
Thank
you.
And until I take care. Bye bye.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.